An interesting incident happened when I went to deliver my second talk at the Josh Talks office. So over there, I met the person who was managing the entire place and my talk. And when the talk ended, I asked for his point of view on the talk, that how was it, what can be improvised, which part was the best that he liked. To which he replied that Divas, I really like the way you use your body language. I love the way you meet strangers and make them feel comfortable around you. And for a moment I thought, really? I realized that I had never been like this before. I used to shy away from talking to people. I was never the person who initiated conversations. But today, when I'm invited to networking events and public speaking sessions, I make sure that I interact with a lot of people. I believe that good conversations help in your learning curve. Do you feel the same? That good conversations do help you in your learning curve. As Brian Tracy, a great communicator, quoted that communication is a skill that you can learn. It's like riding a bicycle or even typing. If you are willing to work at it, I repeat, if you're willing to work at it, you can rapidly improve the quality of every part of your life. So in today's video, I am gonna share a few simple techniques that can remove your awkwardness, and you will also learn how to have better conversations. Imagine you want to start a conversation with a complete stranger and you are clueless how to go about it. Happens. This is one situation that we all face. So let me share an interesting trick with you. The trick is called as NPAT. I am sure that you all have played this game in your childhood. It is called as name, place, animal, thing. Now you remember? So remember when we used to play this game in childhood where someone used to spell a letter and we had to fill in all the 4 columns as fast as possible. If you have played this game in your childhood, then do drop a red heart in the comments. I will get to know that how many of you had a great childhood just like me. I played this a lot. So coming back to the topic, so out of 4 options, name, place, animal, thing, you pick a thing that they have and maybe you can start the conversation something like this. So you picked up a thing called as iPad, which the person has. So you say, I guess you have an iPad, right? Even I'm planning to buy it, but confused whether is it worth spending that money or not. So now the person will share their experience and hooray! You got a fascinating topic to talk about without even asking for their personal details. Because now the person will go on and share about his experience using the iPad and whatnot. So it becomes a conversation starter and the game goes on and on and on. Makes sense? When we talk to a stranger at the beginning, it's better to talk about trivial things rather than personal subjects. If you talk about something personal, the person might not be comfortable in talking. But when you talk about the basic things like an iPad or like a mobile phone or like anything which they have in front of them, it becomes quite easy. Yes or no? It takes time to build trust in someone. So allow them time and the conversation will move automatically. So let me share an interesting story with you. I was traveling by bus and had a long journey ahead. And I'm someone who cannot really sleep that easily during a journey. So whenever I travel, I use that opportunity to have conversations with fellow travelers. Do you do that? Be it in a train, be it in a plane, anywhere, be it in a bus, that you have your co-passengers and you just feel like talking to them. But now the question is, the other person is a stranger. So how to strike the conversation? So I started with, are you traveling to Rishikesh for the first time? And he says, no, I am a local. I am from Rishikesh. Now I have a very solid point to start my conversation. I asked him to suggest a few places and is it the right time to go for rafting? You know what? Whenever you have a local, do talk to the person. If you want to know a place, talk to the local. They will share the most convenient transport options to explore the city, the restaurants to eat at, and the places to stay. I learned that and that helped me a lot. I had a lot of questions and he answered them all. That too with a smile. You know what happened thereafter? At the end of the journey, he said, I wanted to start a conversation with you, but was a bit afraid. But now I feel confident. Thank you so much for initiating the conversation. Yes, people want to have conversations. It's just that we are afraid to come out of our shells. So next time, you initiate the conversation. Make sense? The second tip is to offer help. Yes, the easiest and the most unusual way to strike a conversation is offer help to someone. This is the most simple gesture, yet it works like a magic. There is no better way to show that you're a kind, approachable person than to be helpful. If you find yourself in a situation where you can help someone, you can lend a hand, then go ahead and do it. You won't believe it, but people will connect with you automatically. They will start talking to you automatically. You can help others by using these phrases. For example, if you find someone carrying a lot of stuff, so you say, looks like you are having a lot of stuff to carry. Do you need a hand? Do you need some help? Or, oh, you look tired. Do you need some help? Or, you seem a bit lost. Can I help you find something? Yeah. I remember I was heading to a market and I saw an old lady behind me carrying 2 heavy bags with herself. I observed for a while that she was struggling carrying those bags. She looked a bit tired as well. So I went up to her and I offered help by saying that, hey, ma'am, you look like you have a lot to carry. Do you need some help? I can help you. We're going in the same direction. She took a pause, looked at me that, hey, a stranger is coming just to offer help and lift the bags. What if he runs away with the bag? But then maybe she trusted me and then she accepted my help happily. She went on to share that, see, Divas, or when I shared my name and all that, see how Gurgaon has become so crowded these days. And then I asked her that, how long have you been living in this city? So she answered that she has spent her entire life here. And then she started sharing how Gurgaon turned from a deserted city into a corporate hub. It was interesting to learn about city transformation from her, from someone who has spent the entire life over there. I learned one thing that day, that be open to the world, and you realize that there are a lot of conversations which can be so engaging waiting for you. If I would not have offered her help, I would not have got to know her perspective, being a local of that place. Conversations can happen just like that. The third tip, any guesses? The third tip will be MIM. Yes, MIM. What is MIM? Make it memorable. Imagine you got a chance to meet your favorite star in life and you just have 60 seconds. Let me make it a bit easier for you. Let's say you got an opportunity to meet Shah Rukh Khan or maybe Katrina Kaif. Your choice. What question or how are you going to begin the conversation? But there's a twist, okay? There's a twist that you cannot say, oh, Shah Rukh, I'm a huge fan. No, relax, calm down. Do one thing, pause this video right now and let me know in the comment section below what you would have said if you would have met Shah Rukh or Katrina or anyone whom you adore. Anyone. Take a time and let me know. I know you will try to come up with something original so that the conversation becomes memorable. And that's the key. People remember unique things. Let me share a real life example with you. So I attended a networking event and there were a lot of YouTube creators. And I was fortunate to meet one of my favorite creators out there. And when I saw him, I knew that I had to talk to him. So I went up to him and instead of saying, "Hi Akshat, I love your content," no, I was calm. I started like this, that Akshat, I love the way you communicate in your videos. It's clear and to the point. I really appreciate the way you look at the current education system and your daring step towards homeschooling your son. After this, I could see that he was listening to me and he was happy. We ended up having a great conversation about work, about content, and about other stuff in life. Compliment people. Compliment people. Big things that can surprise them. Something unique. For example, you can compliment them by saying, "I really love the way you express yourself. I really adore your sense of humor. I like the way you share your thoughts on social media. Really engaging, thought-provoking." Pick something from their personality. Or it's better you pick some of their traits and then compliment. Trust me, people will remember you. As Maya Angelou quotes, I have learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Do you agree with this? Look at your life. You would still remember how you were made to feel by someone. You might forget what they said, but how you felt is difficult to forget, yes? Before we move to the trickiest part of this video, let me share a pro tip with you. So when you are on a date, imagine, even if you are married, imagine that you're on a date. You have a golden chance to imagine. There are chances that awkward silences might come. Remember, silences are not awkward. Yes, it looks awkward in that scenario where the other person is not saying anything, you're not saying anything, and there is absolute silence, and you're like, "Kuch na kaho, kuch bhi na kaho." This is an awkward silence. This is like absolute silence, and you're like, "What do I say? And what do I do?" Use those silent moments to come up with something new. If you keep on talking, people might feel bored. So use silences as fillers. This will take the conversation a long way. Do small gestures. If the conversation is interrupted by a phone call, it happens, right? While talking to someone, there is a phone call, or if there's like someone around. Once that call is over, once the person is back with you, pick it up from where you left. This shows that you are genuinely interested in talking to the person. Otherwise, the conversation will simply die. To keep the conversation moving, make small gestures to show you are listening actively. Something like, try asking counter questions. This will help you dig deeper into the conversation if you want to. You can ask situational questions. For example, what would you have done if you were stuck in the situation? What would you have done? Asking for perspective, that what they would have done if they were stuck in that situation. So it is a way to engage. You can add sentences like, "I can understand this. I can totally relate to this feeling. I completely agree with you." This shows that yes, you are sympathizing with the person. The person will feel that yes, you are supporting him, and then he will share a lot more things. Do this. The last trick, but the best one, remember details. When you have a conversation with someone, remember the details. Maybe not all, but a few. Like which book they were reading, which film they watched, or which place they visited, or what experiences they had. So next time when you meet them, you will already have a bucket of topics to start your conversation with. You can start the conversation by, so which book are you reading now? Were you able to finish that project on time? The person feels that, oh, he remembers my words, my details. You might say, you know what, I watched the movie that you recommended and I simply loved it. Thank you for the recommendation. Talk about one or two things you liked about the movie. And now you have a great thread to keep the conversation flowing. I can keep on talking about how to make conversation, but I will stop now and throw the ball in your court. Do share in the comments what's your favorite trick to start a conversation. Go crazy. The platform is all yours. Share your stories and I will share the most interesting story or trick on my community tab. That's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay awesome. Stay productive.